Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Assassin's Creed protagonists. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the best heroes and heroines from Ubisoft's action-adventure series. Which character do you love going on an adventure with the most? Be sure to let us know in the comments.
He threw a spear that wouldn't miss at his wife?
He was hunting and heard her in the bushes. He thought she was a deer. It's a sad story.
Sounds dangerous.
Number 10. Aveline de Grandpré, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. The series' first female protagonist is cause for celebration, and not just because of gender inclusivity. Born of a slave and a wealthy French merchant, Aveline grew up privileged in 18th century New Orleans. However, instilled in her was a strong desire to help others. An attempt at freeing a slave led to an encounter with the assassin Agate, who trained her for the Brotherhood. Using her newfound talents as an assassin and her skills as an actress, Aveline infiltrated and took down a slave trading enterprise. While the overall story doesn't do the character justice, she's nevertheless a strong addition to the series' lore.
How I've missed the Bayou air. It has the scent of action about it.
Number 9. Shay Cormac, Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Now all I need is the manuscript, and all shall be revealed.
Rogue may not have innovated on the series' established gameplay, but it definitely brought something new to the story. Shay was a member of the Assassin's Brotherhood in the 18th century, but following a mission in Lisbon, he accidentally caused a disastrous earthquake that destroyed homes and killed many. This event formed a chasm between him and the Brotherhood, as he decided he'd do anything to stop them from reaching their goals. For the first and so far only time, players hunted assassins as a Templar. Rogue provided an opportunity to see through the enemy's eyes, and it did so with a layered and guilt-ridden character.
Hope. I pray it's not you.
Number 8. Jacob Frye, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I've always thought of myself as a gang leader. Firm, but fair. Well, I have uniforms. And I'll unite a mix of disenfranchised outsiders under one name. That's it, Evie. We can rally them to our side.
With London under Templar control in the mid-1800s, it's up to dual protagonists Jacob and Evie Frye to set things right. The twins are two sides of a coin with the same goal but vastly different executions. Jacob grew up resenting his father, who trained the twins to be assassins since birth. While Evie adhered to the studies of the Brotherhood, Jacob preferred a more aggressive approach. He sought to fight the Templars through the criminal underworld by founding the Rooks. He and his allies helped regain control of the city by eliminating strongholds and assassinating Templars. He's definitely hard-headed and impulsive, but it can't be said he doesn't get results.
Jacob Frye, the pleasure's all mine.
While you were busy wreaking havoc, I found this.
Number 7. Connor Kenway, Assassin's Creed 3.
Ah, Connor! What a relief! You came! Allow me to...
With Connor, the ideologies of the Assassins and Templars, whom his father was a member, were at war within. As a member of the Mohawk Native Americans, Connor wanted to lessen the influence of Templars during the Revolutionary War, and the murder of his mother and burning of his village led to him joining the Brotherhood. His serious personality means he's far from the most entertaining protagonist, but he's undeniably important. Through his eradication of the Templars, Connor was able to reform the colonial sect of the Brotherhood, influencing events for years to come.
There is no time. I will have to chance a direct approach.
That's twice today you've proposed the impossible.
Number 6. Evie Frye, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
We will free London from Starrick. You have my word.
I'm my looks.
Miss Frye, your passion is inspiring. Come.
Where her twin Jacob preferred to rush in for a good fight, Evie took a more tactical approach. She upheld their father's legacy of being a masterful assassin, which often led to her butting heads with Jacob. Her plans were much more carefully plotted, helping in her quest to find the Shroud of Eden, a powerful artifact hidden in London and the key to the Grandmaster Templar's rule. Her devotion to the Brotherhood's teachings also helped to elevate her gameplay. By staying still in stealth mode, Evie could blend into her surroundings. This let players sneak around to unleash all manner of hidden weapons on unsuspecting targets. Dad would be so proud.
You now have the chance to join our ranks. We welcome all who would stand up to Starrick and his cutthroats.
Number 5. Altaïr Ibn-La'Ahad, Assassin's Creed.
No!
You know not the things in which you meddle, assassin.
The franchise's very first protagonist is also one of its strongest thanks to several games exploring his story. Altaïr was raised within the Brotherhood and became a master assassin at just 24, but his arrogance led to him failing a mission and getting a fellow assassin killed. The first game followed his redemptive arc, assassinating several major members of the Templar Order and uncovering a conspiracy within the Brotherhood. Afterward, Altaïr would become one of the most important figures in the organization's history. By becoming an assassin mentor and forming factions across the world, he established a centuries-lasting legacy and a pretty popular video game series.
What could I possibly fear? Look at the power I command.
Number 4. Kassandra, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Please, Marcos. You'll f this up like you f up everything else. You can't pay me back in grapes.
Although players could choose which sibling was the protagonist, we have to give the spot to Kassandra due to Melisande Mahut's excellent performance. Set during the Peloponnesian War, Odyssey followed this mercenary and granddaughter of King Leonidas as she attempted to bring her family back together. But that was a lot easier said than done, given that her younger brother Alexios was brainwashed by the cult of Cosmos. This precursor to the Templar Order ruled by fear from the shadows and influenced the war to suit their own needs. While money sometimes drove her more than anything, Cassandra's desire to steal power from and bring justice to the cult made her an unstoppable force.
I told you, I'm not a god.
But Icaros
Is a bird.
That doesn't mean you can't help.
All right, I'll look into it.
Number 3. Bayek of Siwa, Assassin's Creed Origins. When Ubisoft literally took the series back to its roots, they also created an emotionally vulnerable and sympathetic protagonist in Bayek. As a Medjay, a protector of his people, Bayek upheld a strong sense of duty. But that duty brought tragedy when he refused to open a vault for the Order of the Ancients, the earliest incarnation of the Templar Order who killed Bayek's son in retaliation. Vengeance may have initially been at the heart of Bayek's journey, but after learning of the Order's exceeding power, Bayek and his wife Aya founded the Hidden Ones. This group would spawn the Assassin Brotherhood. Through a tragedy, Bayek began something that would always strive to protect the innocent.
I have renounced Aya. I have killed Aya. I am now the Hidden One, known as Amunet.
Number 2. Edward Kenway, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
Was it good for you as well? Havana. I must get to Havana.
Well, I'll just build us another ship, will I?
Edward's humble upbringing instilled a craving for riches and glory and led him to becoming a privateer for the Royal Navy in the early 18th century. When his profession became defunct, he turned to a life of piracy to fulfill his desires. Those aren't exactly the makings of a hero, but it's part of what makes Edward so interesting. His greedy chase for fame put him in the middle of the conflict between the Templar Order and the Brotherhood, but it also left him alone after losing many closest to him. Resigned to redeem himself, Edward joined the Brotherhood to protect the Caribbean, and his elite swordsmanship combined with expertise in naval warfare made it extremely fun for the player.
Will you stay with the Assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye. When my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Number 1. Ezio Auditore da Firenze, Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio may be the most famous protagonist of the series, though it's not without merit. Growing up as a Florentine nobleman gave him a life of luxury, but he began a double life after Templar Grandmaster ordered the deaths of his father and 2 brothers. Like many after him, Ezio's journey was born out of vengeance against the Templar Order. Rage initially propelled him, but the Brotherhood honed him as a vigorous defender of the innocent. Ezio served something bigger than himself by putting an end to the vile Order's reign in Italy. He liberated multiple cities, and without him, the Brotherhood's influence in Europe wouldn't have been as secure.
Go home. Find work with honest men.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.